In Jamaica, he's known as the Brigadier. In England, they simply call him Beardy. His name is Lian Chia-ren, a man with a cult following all over the world. Lian is so popular that audiences don't mind if he's the leading man or the villain. As long as he's performing, they don't care. But surprisingly, Lian was never a fighter. If someone can be called a natural, it has to be him. His moves are like those of a seasoned veteran. And all this from a man who wrote to a director asking him if he could be in a movie.
As a young man, I used to watch a lot of kung fu movies, especially those of David Chang and T. Lung. So one day, I decided to write to the studio and asked if I could watch them shooting a movie. The director saw me there and asked me if I would like to become an actor. Just like that. So I did. I had no training experience. I just started shooting right away. Bruce Lee used Wing Chun Kung Fu, and he is, as far as I know, the only person who has been able to show the true power of Kung Fu on the screen. So naturally, when I do a movie, I like to use the Wing Chun style. A lot of people who've watched my movies say I perform the style well, like a real true master, when in actual fact, I don't really know it at all.
As audiences became more demanding for realism, pure muscle and power seemed the order of the day. Chan Sing has a body that means business when it comes to giving and receiving punishment. His rugged good looks and hard body drew many comparisons between him and Charles Bronson. A student of Goju-Ryu karate, Chan Sing always proved that might makes right. In the era of Stallone and Schwarzenegger, a mighty physique was no longer a novelty, but a necessity. Taiwanese Taekwondo champion Alexander Lowe has the body and the high skill level of a man who is on the top of his game. The power he seems to generate from his body has a believability that couldn't be found in someone smaller. Alexander comes from a fighting family, so he had to start his training early, which has paid off. Aside from his many movies, he's also a much sought-after fight director. The absolute king of the muscle men is Bolo Young. A foreign Mr. Hong Kong, Bolo started working with the Shaw Brothers movie studio. His massive frame always made him stand out in a scene. He found international recognition when he appeared in Enter the Dragon and became a star in his own right after a smashing performance in Bloodsport. His martial art of choice is, surprisingly, the gentle art of Tai Chi, although anything he uses seems lethal with the brute force he possesses.
Chinese Hercules. He's the superhuman beast of the East. Bone cracker, head crusher, back snapper, body breaker. Men, women, old, young, hundreds, or one alone. Each challenges and each becomes the pulverized prey of Chinese Hercules, the first and only muscle-mad monster of the martial art. Chinese Hercules. He'll get a crush on you. Rated R.
Muscle can deliver a powerful blow, but skill and delivery of the technique is equally important. And the most difficult of these disciplines is the art of kicking. Unlike acrobatics, which has no functional use in fighting, kicking not only has to look good, but deliver a lethal charge with every strike. As the legs are the more powerful of our limbs, a well-placed kick can break bones or rupture internal organs with the force of a gun. The discipline required to master this form of combat can take years of daily practice, but some men have risen to the occasion, often defying logic with the ability they have. One such man is Tan Tao Lang, who seems more at home with one leg off the ground. His lack of effort in keeping his leg high off the floor for long periods of time is nothing short of amazing.
From a young age, I began to study Taekwondo. I also studied Judo, Hapkido, and Chinese Kung Fu. But I favored Taekwondo as it allowed for full contact, sparring, and competition. I won the all-career championship several times, and I also won the world championship. Competition in the old days was a lot tougher than it is now. Out of 600 or so competitors, to make it to the last two was not easy. Not like now, where the fighting is divided into many divisions. It was a lot harder then.